Hello everyone, welcome to the Financial Information channel. My name is Marvin. In this video, I am going to explain on how to read a stock chart. But now let's start with the video, and the first thing I'm going to demonstrate on how to read a stock chart. So let's go to the computer. Now as you can see in the computer, this is the Netflix stock chart, and what you have to do is put the symbol. The symbol for Netflix is NFLX. And in the next column, you can set it to show you the daily or the weekly charts. And in the box below, it says that it's in the cyclical and specialty retailers. However, this is more like a tech and entertainment company. And in the right side, you can see the date, which is February 20, 2018. Now in the next row, it said that the company opened today at $277.74. And the highest price that the company shares were trading today was at $285.81, and the lowest price was at $276.56, and the previous day that the company closed was at $278.52. Now the next column is about the fundamentals. Is the price to earnings is around $222.93, and one of the many things that the price to earnings indicates is if the company has a lower price to earnings, it means that the company is not as volatile. And in the next row, it says the EPS. The EPS for this company is with $1.25, and the EPS is the earnings per share. And the next row, it says lot size is 100 shares. Now you have to multiply that amount times 100, and the lot size means the last time that the company traded. And the next row is the volume weighted average price, and that's the average price of every transaction. And in the next column, you can see that the company has options available. It doesn't pay an annual dividend. It doesn't have a dividend yield because it's not available, and that means that doesn't pay a dividend or doesn't have a dividend. And in the next row is the SCTR, which means the stock chart technical rank. And in the parentheses, you will see that it says large. This is a large cap company. And in the same box, right at the end, it says the date. Just like I mentioned earlier, this company was positive today. It moved up 0.05%. So it actually moved up 14 cents. And the last price, just like you see in the screen, is 278.66 cents. And as you can see, the volume for the day, the volume means the number of shares that were traded for the day. It was over 7 million. And now for the next part, we're gonna take a look at the stock chart to get an idea how the company is moving so far. And as you can see in the stock chart, you will see a bunch of lines, and we're going to start with the RSI. The RSI is the relative strength index, and it just means on how bullish or how bearish the company is. And bullish means that the company is moving in a positive direction, so the company is moving in price. And bearish means that the company is losing price. Now you can see this company has an RSI at this moment of 66.75. So anything that you see over the 50 means that the company shares are selling really well. And you will see a line in the 70, and that means when the company moves over the 70, the company shares become more overbought. That means that the share price might not look attractive. And one of the reasons why the company might not become attractive is because a lot of investors might think that the company might be overvalued. Now, if you look in the opposite direction, you will see anything under 50 means that the company is bearish, so it might continue moving down in price. And the 30 line becomes the opposite of the 70, and that means when the share price goes under the 30, that means that the company shares might be oversold. And this is just an indicator. The company shares might continue moving down if the company shares goes under the 30 line, or it might continue moving up if the company shares goes over the 70 line. But now let's continue with the stock chart. Now as you can see in the screen, it has a bunch of lines, and the first thing that I'm gonna focus is gonna be the Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands are those green lines that you see on the outside, and in the middle you will see a line that's the average. And the way that I see the Bollinger Bands, it could be like a river. When the company becomes very volatile, the bands tend to expand, or when the company moves sideways, and that means when the company doesn't move as much, then those bands tend to contradict. So that is another technical indicator, but I don't use them that much. And the next indicator is the moving average, and the moving average is basically an indicator where you can indicate how the company has been moving either between a 20 or 50 or 200 days. And we're going to take a look at the moving average, which is the 50-day moving average, as you can see in the blue line. And in the blue line, you can see that the moving average, it is around 226.88. And that takes account the lowest price that the company has been moving and the highest price that the company has been moving during those 50 days. And the next thing that you will see on the screen is the moving average for the 200 days. And as you can see, the moving average is between the highest and lowest price of those 200 days. The share price is 188 with 74 cents. And the next indicator is the MACD, which is the moving average, convergence and divergence. And that indicator shows the relationship between two indicators, between the 26 and the 12 exponential moving averages. Usually you will see the stock moving in a positive or negative direction. However, since Netflix has been a really good stock, you only see the positive. And the next indicator is the volume. And volume is usually my favorite indicator because you can get an idea how the people are buying or selling shares. And as you can see the volume, you will see the red means that the company was negative. There were more sellers than buyers on that specific day. And in the black color, you can see that the company was more positive on that day. So most likely the share price moved up during that day. And in the bottom of this chart, you can see the date. Since I set the stock chart to daily, you will see the daily volume. And in the right column of the volume, you will see the number of shares that were traded that day. And logically, the company shares tend to move up more during earnings, prior to earnings, or after earnings. And that is gonna be everything for the video. I plan to do more videos about technical analysis and going more into details about the technical indicators. This was just a beginner stock chart, so you can get an idea how you can read the basics. And as always, you can like or dislike the video, and remember you can subscribe to the financial information channel. I'm gonna continue making videos about the stock market, personal finance, and how to make money online. I want to thank you once again for watching the video. Have an excellent day and take care, my friends.